Hey everybody, welcome to my part 2 of this like Speedpaint commentary thing. Okay, so this first thing I'm showing you today, it's well, first I'm making the background there, but it's a drawing of a character that I made in Tamagotchi Life of somebody else's character. So I'm making what their room was in the game. And that igloo, I was really proud of how I actually did that igloo. Like, just the shading, and it looks like real ice. Then there was that sled thing, which it was off position a little bit, so I had to do that. Yes, and I think that came out alright. Now for the main part, this character Charity. So there's me making the hair, and I thought I did a good job with this hair so far. Then there's the face. So yeah, that's how their character looked. Added that shading. It was a bit of a pain to make it look nice, but I mean, I think I got it to work. Okay, yeah. So there was just a lot more. Then there's me adding the shading to the hair, which I'm really proud of that actually. Really looks 3D. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Then I added the bow, which I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, no, it was in the original like photo I took. Okay, then there's the costume from the actual character that was inspired by what the Islander was wearing. And I kind of made a mix of the two. The scarf, that was the addition there. The shading, I wanted it to have shading so it would look nice. But then it kind of like didn't blend well. Okay, then there's me adding the horns. There was a lot of iterations at first, but that's what I settled on. There's me adding the name and that little like postcard thing for a second. Me adding some finishing touches, and that was mostly it. It was just kind of like small tweaks at this point and getting some different like photos of it. And that's it. Oh yeah, the costume took me a long time because I kept adding details I didn't like. Then there's the text, which was what the Islanders usually say, and ignore the glitches. And that was pretty much it for that one. Okay, here's the one that I made like kind of recently. It was just like a spur of the moment, something inspired me, so I decided to make it. It's the character Paige, like the human forms, and modeled after the think scene in Invincible. Spoilers, but I wanted her to like do the crouching down thing like in the original, but no matter how I made it, it just didn't look right. So I settled on just making them stand. Then there's my human version, which she inspired, like my friend. Okay, those shoes. I put in work on those shoes, and then they got covered up, and I didn't even notice until like right as I was making this. It was pretty complicated. Like my version, like laying down in that pose, it took a while to like make the lines actually look halfway decent. Though the colors are nice. Then there's me adding the text, which I thought would just be a fun thing. Made the background even though I didn't have to, just because I wanted it to not like have just like the original image, like all original, well, mostly original. So yeah, I thought this was a pretty good drawing of mine. Yeah, pretty nice framing, I will say so myself. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, this next one, it was just kind of like it was just like a quick little animation I wanted to make on 420. So it's based on the Mario smoking, like the movie, but it's Mountain, the character, just smoking a fat blunt. I think in total there's like, I don't know, 12 or like 16 frames in this. It's barely an animation. It's just like a still image with like minor adjustments to like the outline in some like the fire and the smoke, which adds a lot because if it was just like a still frame, it would be pretty boring. But just like small little details like that smoke effect, I think it's pretty good. Adds a lot. And I thought that I made this pretty nice. The song was, yeah, it's repetitive, but it's a bop. And oh yeah, those lines that like keep going up to the top, those are just like, I don't know, I thought it would be interesting. I think it kind of distracts from just the main bits, but I think that it was mostly fine. I think it would have been better, like, it would have been better to have those than to not have them, in my opinion. That's mostly it. It was just a nice little animation that I did, and it's pretty nice. I get high, I get high, I get high, I get a high on your memory, high on your memory.
Okay, this next one is the one I made the most recently, like literally a few days ago. I just stumbled across this like trend in YouTube Shorts, and I was like, "Hey, I have a little buddy who's rectangular shaped. I could do this." So I made the outline for Mountain first, and then decided to try and come up with some stylized version of me. I thought I did okay with my version, considering I don't really draw people, but even though it is a little scuffed. The hand was a bit tough, but I think I was alright with that. I actually took like a reference photo for this drawing. Not like exactly, but just so I knew like what the vague sense of what everything looked like was. And obviously you're not gonna see that photo. The body shape was okay. The shoes were cool. Oh, and I colored in Mountain. I added my black nails, which I currently don't have anymore. Added my cool pink purple socks. And what I was wearing on that day, including my Crush shirt, like the drink. You would assume it would be on Mountain Dew, but nope, I have a Crush shirt and that is it. Then some accessories, including my hat, which was not in the reference, but I decided to add it anyway. Some sparkles, because why not? And then I made a short out of it with some minor music in it.
Okay, for this one, I made it at the end of March for Trans Visibility Day. Because heck yeah, trans rights, that's something I truly believe in. And this is a redraw of a drawing I made last Trans Visibility Day in 2024. So I wanted to just make a redraw version of it. So I added like a cool little flag in the background, which differed from the original. Then I added Mountain holding the flag and the text, and tried to add enough detail to their drawing that it didn't make it like too basic or too complicated, just like the right amount. Then I added some minor like shading and those little like triangle things. I don't know, I add that a lot. And background seemed a bit basic, so I added some weird little lines and some like minor lines to the flag in the background too. And that was basically it. It was a nice simple drawing. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. This was pretty fun to do again. I like just like rambling into a mic for a few minutes about some art. I might do another one of these. I don't know. Give it maybe a few weeks, depending on how this is received, I guess. I wanted to touch upon a few more things, but this is mostly all. I think this is pretty nice. One thing I wish I did with Mountain differently, I need to solidify like their backstory because I have like a fanfic I'm working on. Well, it's not really a fanfic because it's my own character. So I'm basically just writing backstory, but at the same time, I keep procrastinating it, and the what I had as their backstory, I'm slowly thinking is less and less canon, and what in like the arc we did like in the role playing Discord server. If I were to do that again, I would make it so that like Mountain had less like an abrasion to where they grew up in, because I just don't think that fits their character. So it's kind of like a limbo. I don't have something like solidified yet. So I really got to work on that. I'll do that eventually. But anyways, I'm rambling on too long. This is the end of the thing, and please enjoy, I guess. I'm just gonna go. Da 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 da. Watch me woo like I'm gambling, baby. Bye.